What's good with ya? What's good with ya? Welcome back to Bar Level. We on the forward. You know what it is, people. All right, this one here, we getting straight in a week 10 fixtures. That's this a weekend. So make sure, people, you drop your score predictions down below. Let's talk about it. You heard me? But before we do any of that, we're gonna fly back to week 9 and look over the fixtures and see if I got anything good, anything right. You heard me? This ain't Jersey. Let's do a this. All right, people. So week 9, Friday, Leicester versus Forest. My prediction was 3-1 to Leicester. It was actually 3-1 to Forest. Leicester got handled out there real quick. I say out there, it was at their yard. They got handled out there in their yard. You get me? Well done, Forest. All right, that was the only one on the Friday. Saturday, it was Villa versus Bournemouth. My prediction was 4-1 to Villa. It was actually a 1-all draw. This is what I'm saying. You just can't predict this league, man. You just cannot predict this league. It's so hard. And real talk, it's not even easy. I was gonna say it's easier to just pick a team rather than a score. The scoreline is damn near impossible. That's why the bets are so high. You get me? Because it's damn near impossible. But even in the Premier League, just picking the side, just picking win, lose, or draw for anybody is hard, man. Jesus Christ. You'd think Villa would mollywop them. It was a 1-all draw. Crazy. Next up, we got Brentford versus Ipswich. I said 3-1 to Brentford. It was a banging game. 7 goals in there. 4-3 to Brentford. Wow. You know what I mean? Wow. Well done, Ipswich, for fighting. Get me? I thought Brentford was going to win. I thought they were going to win nicely, but boy, he is what it is. You know what I mean? 4-3. Crazy. All right. Next up was Brighton versus Wolves. I said again, same prediction, 3-1 to the home team, which was Brighton. It was actually a 2-all draw. Considering that Brighton is they're on a move. It's like certain teams, they have a nice little run. They show you, all right, we got it down. And then bang, lose. Or bang, draw, lose. Type shit. You get me? Can't this I say this every season, but this is the season. You can't call nothing blood. Although I've made my calls obviously from the start of the season, but you can't call nothing. It's crazy. Next up, we got Man City versus Southampton. My prediction was a 4-0 spanking. It was actually only a 1-0 goal. You get me? Haaland scored, right? If I remember that correctly, Haaland scored 1-0. You know what I mean? Crazy. You'd think it'll be mollywop season considering it's Southampton. It's just you just can't read these games out like that, man. It don't work that way. The last game on the Saturday was Everton versus Fulham. I predicted a 2-all draw. It was actually a 1-all draw, so I wasn't that far off. Sunday predictions. It was Saturday fixture, sorry. It was Chelsea versus Newcastle. I said 2-1 to Newcastle. It was actually 2-1 to Chelsea, but then Newcastle got their revenge in the cup. You gotta know that, you know what I mean? But he is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea, they're doing their thing. Slowly but surely, they're doing their thing. You get me? Except Newcastle checked them, knocked them out. That's something that you could have won. You could have won a cup, knocked you out of that. Palace versus Spurs. I said 3-1 to Spurs because there's no hating eye, and Palace has been playing shit. But Palace did what they did. The eagle did what they did and took a shit on the chicken or the pigeon, whatever the fuck that thing is. And it was 1-0 to Palace, and they were at yard. So boy, you get me? Well done, Palace, for that. West Ham versus Man United. My prediction was 2-1 to West Ham. It was 2-1 to West Ham. Although, come on. Come on. I should have put money on that fixture right there. Because that's not a penalty. That wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty. Criminal. But anyway, I got that prediction right. 2-1 win to West Ham. Last game of week 9 was Arsenal versus Liverpool. I said 3-1 to Arsenal. It was actually a 2-1. A 2-all draw. I was going to say a 2-1. It was a 2-all draw. So there you have it, gang. Let's get into week 10 now. Let's pop it on the screen so you can see what I can see. If I do that, can you see? Yeah, that's better for you. All right. So first game's up is my guys. Where's my pens, man? I just had them. Oh, I left them all the way over there. It's all right. Going back up. I got another one. I got another one. So here we go. Actually, this is nice, and that we can do this business and get inner. Can you get inner? Was this where you go? Or was it the quick view? Hold on, is it stats? That's related stuff in that meetings. Yeah, this is where I want to be in the stats. So Newcastle versus Arsenal, 12:30 kick off, my peoples. Arteta's injury update on Gabriel, Calafiori, White, and Erdegaard. Yeah, was that's that's for other things. Get me? Let's stick to this right here. So, you see it there? The head-to-heads, 50 games played between us, but that's all history and stuff. Let's talk about the last five. So if we go down to the bottom, 2-0 to Newcastle, then a draw, 2-0 to Arsenal, 1-0 to Newcastle. I mean 1-0 to 1-0 to Newcastle, and then 4-1 to Arsenal. So 1-0 to Newcastle and 4-1 to Arsenal. Form right now. There we go. We're coming off 2 draws, 2 wins, and a loss. They're coming off 2 draws and 3 losses. So we're looking definitely the team on top. Although I know they're gonna take a little something from that, knocking Chelsea out. I know they're gonna take a little bit of something from that. And it is St. James's. It is St. James's. And that 4-1 was at home. We did beat them 2-0 at their yard last year. But they also beat us 1-0 at their yard last year. So we already beat them this season. We already beat them 4-1. I'm going for my old fashioned score, blood. 3-1, possibly 4-2. But I'm going to go with the 3-1. 3-1. That's what I'm going to go with for the Arsenal away to Newcastle, lad. Next up, who we dealing with? Is it Bournemouth versus City? Yes, it is. Bournemouth versus City. Let's see them stats, man. Damn. Damn. Look at that. 14 games, all to City. Nothing. They ain't won at home or away. They ain't won nada. Last 5 games, City beat them 2-1, 4-0, 4-1, 6-1, and 1-0. Shit, Sonny. Shit, Sonny. The form is saying you're getting shitted on. You get me? You beat us, but the form says you're getting shitted on. Although your last 2 games is Arsenal, you beat 2-0. Villa, they drew 1-1. You know what I'm saying? This could be a sticky one for City, or it could just be a overwhelming spanking. You get me? What's it called? BDSM. They could be embarrassing, but it all depends, on life. So I'm just gonna keep it humble. I want a draw, or I want Bournemouth to win. That's what I want. But my prediction is gonna be 2-1 to Man City. 2-1 to Man City. Let's go back. Next game, we got Ipswich versus Leicester. Leicester just got a little spanking. Is that correct? Am I lying? Am I lying? No, they got beat 3-1 by Forest. So they're going to need to do something. The last 5 games between these two, Leicester won 2-0, 2-1. Ipswich won 2-0. Then there was a draw, and then Ipswich won 2-0 again. These are years ago. These are like 24, 23 years ago. This is the first time they're playing them since 2001. Yeah, they ain't seen each other since then. But there you go. At the moment, Leicester's form is on. They got 2 wins in their last 5 compared to Ipswich, who hasn't got a win yet. 2 draws out of the last 5 with 3 losses. Ipswich are fighters, though. I think this might be a high-scoring game. This might be a high-scoring game, just like Ipswich's last game, which I'm trying to scan for it now. It was 4-3 with Brentford. I think this could be one of those. Seriously, I think it could be one of those, but I'm still going to lean to Leicester. So I'm going to say 4-3 to Leicester, but it could be like 3-all, 2-all. It could be anything, you know what I mean? But I'm going to go with a high scoring game there because they do play. Both of those teams play. Let's go. You know what I mean? Type shit. All right. Next up, after that, we got Liverpool versus Brighton. And what we talking about? Yeah, let's see these stats right here. Last five, Liverpool won. There's a draw. Then Brighton won. And there's another draw, and then Liverpool won. Ooh, quite even Stevens right there. But the last five is saying something different. They got 4 wins. Liverpool 4 wins and a draw in their last five compared to Brighton's 2 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. You know what I mean? A bit scatty. Although the wins were back to back, I give them that. Um, yeah, no, just don't compare top player stats. It's all Liverpool. But with that said, it's looking like it could be something. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a minute. Who's injured? Oh, the guy who should have got a yellow card, huh? Should have got booked up. Is injured, huh? Really and truly, Liverpool should be beating them, and it's at Anfield. I'd like Brighton to hold them down, even a draw or just beat them. But I'm gonna have to go with what the energy says it is, and it's 3-1 to Liverpool. 3-1 to the Liverpudlians. Who's next? Forest versus West Ham. Is that right? Yes, it is. Let's stick on that. Making sure I got it written down the same way that it is on screen. Last five. West Ham won 2-1. Forest won 1-0. West Ham won 4-0. West Ham won 3-2. Then Forest won 2-0. Nice, nice, nice. Think West Ham's winning though, isn't it? 1, 2, 3 out of 5. Form wise, Forest has got a better last five. You know what I mean? West Ham do have 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw, whereas Forest have 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Oh, West Ham. I was gonna say West Ham. West Ham played the more difficult teams. They've had Chelsea, Spurs, and United. And out of those two, and out of those three, they've won one, lost three, lost two. Whereas Forest, they've played Chelsea and Brighton, and they drew both. And it's not at Stratford. It's at Forest, mate. Nottingham. I'm gonna give it to Nottingham. I'm gonna give it to Nottingham 2-1. Southampton, Everton is next. I do want to see what the stats say for this one because all right, all right, all right. All right, so we've got 1-0 in the last 5 games. We've got 1-0 Everton, 3-1 Everton, 2-0 Southampton, 2-1 Everton, and then 2-1 to Southampton. Form wise, Southampton just losing. Their high point was 5 games ago, and that was a draw. Everton, their last 5 games, they've got 3 draws and 2 wins. Off form alone, get me? I did want to give Southampton a little push because they held City down to just one. You know what I mean? They held City down to just one. But Everton should be able to handle these men. So I'm going to give it a little higher score and say 3-1 to Everton. The Evertonians, them. Last game on the Saturday. Wolves versus Crystal Palace. Palace coming off their win. And I'm talking Premier League, right? Hold on a minute. Let's get the stats up. Yeah, they beat Spurs 1-0. That was their last Premier League game. But form-wise, it's disgusting. Wolves, nothing but losses and a draw. They drew their last game. So they're on the up. You know what I'm saying? Palace they got a W in there. You know what I mean? But if we go to their last 5 fixtures, Palace win, Palace 2-0, Palace win 2-1, Wolves win 2-0, Palace win 3-2, and then Palace win 3-1. And that's what I'm going to give it again. Palace 3-1 on the road, you know. On the road, brother. Yeah. All right. I just realized these two. I have to click. All right. Sunday. 2 games. Is that it? Yep. Sunday. 2 games. First up, we got Tottenham versus Villa. Head to head. Tottenham be winning last 5. Tottenham won 4-0, Villa won 2-0, Villa won 2-1, Villa won 2-1, Spurs won 4-0. They like the 4-0s. 2 years apart, but they like the 4-0s. I'm going to call this one. If I'm honest, I'm going to call this one. If we go after form as well, Villa got 2 wins, 3 draws. Spurs got 3 wins, 2 losses. I'm going to call this one a draw still. I want Villa to win, but I'll give it a draw. I'm going to say a 2-2 draw for them, man. There. Next up, last game on the Sunday, people. We're nearly done. Last game on the Sunday is Man United versus Chelsea. So it's the big Sunday game, if we're going to be honest about it. Although Spurs Villa is still a big game. You know what I'm saying? You can watch them not back to back. Yeah, watch one, then watch the other. Yeah, not at the same time, not simultaneously, back to back. All right, last 5 meetings with these lot. It's a draw. One will draw, home and away. 4-0, 4-1 win to United, 2-1 win to United, and 4-3 to Chelsea. And that was in April, that 4-3. But Man United got Van. You get me? They got Van. They got the new bounce for now until the actual manager comes. I don't think he's going to be here on Sunday. So it's going to be Mr. Van Nistelrooy up in there. I actually thought Van Nistelrooy was going to be the manager. I thought it was all a setup, but clearly, no, they don't believe in him. So he won't be there long because my man's going to bring in his people. Anyway, anywho, Man United versus Chelsea. Last 5 meetings, I already said that, didn't I? Form-wise, Chelsea got 3 wins, 1 loss, and a draw. United got 2 losses, 1 win, and 2 draws. So the form is on Chelsea's side, but it is at Old Trafford, even though it's a waterfall. It's at Old Trafford, blood. Is what it is. You heard me? I know what they did to Leicester in the cup. It's cup. But that's the new manager bounce. You dig me? That's the new manager bounce. So, I'm gonna go with a draw, but I'm gonna go with a high draw. 3-3. I'm gonna go 3-3 on that one. There. Last game of the week end, which is technically Monday, so it's next week, but whatever. Fulham versus Brentford. This should be a good game, you know. Let's see what's going on here with their last meetings. They only had 4. So it's Fulham winning 3-2, Brentford winning 3-2, Brentford winning 3-0, and then a draw. So off the last meetings, Brentford's on top. Form-wise, 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw for Fulham. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw for Brentford. Ooh, but it's just mixed differently. So Fulham got 2 back-to-back wins, then 2 back-to-back losses, then a draw. Brentford lost to Spurs, drew with West Ham, beat Wolves, lost to United, beat Ipswich. So their one's more scattered. And because their one's more scattered, I think Fulham win form and recent history of the meetings. Brentford win 3 out of 4. No, they don't. 2 out. 2. They win twice. Fulham 1-1, and then there was a draw. So that's Brentford. So Brentford get recent meetings, and then Fulham get form. You couldn't beat Everton though on the road, but this time you're at home, Fulham. I'm gonna say 3-2. Fuck it, I'm gonna put my neck on the line for that one. 3-2 for the Monday night game under the lights. Fulham versus Brentford, and that is what it is, peoples. All right, nothing but love, nothing but blessings. You dig me? Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And we shall be back, man. Shall be back for the next one. Stay good, stay blessed, and I'm out. Whoa.
My name's Andrew Clark, former Premiership player. This is Bar Level.
What's up, people? Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.